مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير.
Action.
Number 2, the prophets never doubted or disbelieved in Allah Ta'ala. For a split second, they never doubted or disbelieved in Allah Ta'ala. In some books, they claim that before prophethood, Prophet Muhammad, they say, would go to the mountains and contemplate. He would ponder and search for the meaning of this life. And they say, and this is totally false and against Islam, it's not permissible to believe such. They say that Prophet Muhammad did not know about his Lord. And this is categorically false. This is 100% false. Why? Because Prophet Muhammad always, from a young age until he died, even before prophethood, before the age of 40, he was full with iman, with strong and firm and unshakable belief in the greatness of Allah and the oneness of Allah. And he never participated in any actions that his people would do, in any actions which were inappropriate to his status. Because if he did something against the religion, or if he did commit a sin, and later on he told the people, hey, accept Islam, accept the truth, do not drink alcohol, do not fornicate. They might say to him, well, you did this yesterday, who are you today? Who are you to tell us what to do today? And therefore it is not permissible. And the scholars of Islam unanimously agreed, there was a consensus, ijma', that the prophets never disbelieve in Allah before prophethood and after prophethood. And whoever attributes to them shirk or disbelief becomes a disbeliever himself. May Allah Ta'ala protect us from that. We'll go on to the chart, inshaAllah. Number 3, committing enormous or mean minor sins. The prophets never committed enormous sins. What do we mean by enormous sin? Al-kaba'ir, al-kabira, like drinking alcohol, or gambling, or fornicating. These are 3 examples of the major sins. And the prophets never fell into that. Prophet Jesus alayhi salam never drank wine in the Last Supper as falsely attributed to him. Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam never had an intention to disobey Allah by falling prey to the seductions of the wife of Al-Aziz. No, Prophet Yusuf is tahir, is pure, is a believer in Allah. When that lady approached him, he said, Ma'adh Allah, and he hurried towards the door, and she tried to grab him. So he would do something with her, and he refused. These are the prophets of Allah. They are the best examples for humanity. And in the Qur'an, it says about Yusuf alayhi salam, وَلَقَدْ, it says regarding Yusuf and the story of that lady, وَلَقَدْ هَمَّتْ بِهِ وَهَمَّ بِهَا. It means she had the thought of seducing him, and she did try. She did many actions to try to seduce him. وَهَمَّ بِهَا, and he هَمَّ بِهَا, he had the thought of, the scholars of Islam, they said, he did not have a similar thought as she did, even though in the language the same verb is used for Prophet Yusuf and for that lady. But the scholars of Islam said when the word ham is used in regard to Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, it does not mean he wanted to commit zina with her or to commit a sin with her, but they said that he wanted to push her away, and he was guided not to do that. He was guided by Allah Ta'ala not to do that, because if he had pushed her, that later on in the future would have been a pretense, would have been a so-called way to say that he's guilty of trying to push himself on her. Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam said, "Ma'adh Allah," and he went towards the door. And later on the lady, she admitted, she said, it's mentioned in the Qur'an, "Al-ana hashasal haqqu," which means now the truth has appeared. "Ana rawattuhu an nafsih." That lady, she said, I seduced him. I seduced him against his wishes. I tried to seduce him. She failed, because the prophets of Allah never fall prey to the seductions of female, to the shaitan, and so forth. We'll go over here to speak about the minor sins. The majority of Muslim scholars said that a prophet may fall into a minor sin that is not abject. What does that mean? Minor sins in the religion have two classifications. One is abject, like low, and another one is a minor sin. It's considered haram, it's a ghunah, but it's not the lower one, which is the abject one, which only comes out of a person who possesses a low character. An abject or mean sin, as mentioned here, is like stealing a piece of grape or stealing a small piece of bread. That's called an abject sin. It's a minor sin because it's not stealing a huge quantity. It's not considered a major sin. It's a minor sin, but it's low, because why would a person steal such one grape, or why would a person steal a small piece of bread? That's a sign of his lowness, of his abjectness, of his low character. And the prophets never fell into that. But it is permissible, and this is mentioned in the Qur'an, that they fall into minor sins. And the condition here, or the understanding that we should understand, is that they repent immediately, before anyone imitates them in that sin they did. So, do we say that Prophet Adam alayhi salam fell into a sin? Yes, because in the Qur'an it clearly says وَعَصَى آدَمُ رَبَّهُ, which means Adam disobeyed his Lord. And then we know that Adam repented to Allah immediately, and he made dua, and he asked Allah for forgiveness, and he was forgiven. And humanity was not born in sin, as falsely claimed by some. Humans are born innocent. They are born innocent, whatever religion their parents may be adhering to. They are born innocent, and when they grow up, they choose a religion, either the true religion, al-Islam, or a religion which is not true. We ask Allah to be firm on the truth. So it's possible that the prophets may commit a minor sin, with the condition, with the understanding that they repent immediately before anyone imitates them. Prophet Adam, there was no one to imitate him in Al-Jannah when he committed the small sin that he did. And he repented immediately, and he was forgiven. And we say that, it's not permissible to say that Prophet Adam was thrown out of heaven. No, we could say that about the shaitan, but we cannot say that about Prophet Adam and Lady Hawa, peace be upon them. We say that Prophet Adam was sent to the earth so that he can become stronger, and his return would be to the Jannah. He was sent on this earth so that he could face the hardships of living in this world. So that with the hardships, he could face the hardships with patience and perseverance, as the prophets do, and his rank would elevate higher and higher. And so it is not permissible to say that Prophet Adam was disgraced, or that he was thrown out of Jannah. And Prophet Adam is a prophet, he is a Nabi Rasul. He came, he taught his children the true message of Islam, and his wife, our mother, Lady Hawa radiallahu anha, we look at her with high respect and we don't disrespect her. They made a small mistake, they repented to Allah, and Allah Ta'ala is Ghafurur Rahim. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah.